Hello everyone, your girl Tay here, and I'm bringing you another Let's Talk Wild podcast episode. Today is November 9th, 2023, and this is episode 48, Coworkers, Animal Symbiotic Relationships. Some of us see our coworkers more than our own family members, so naturally, we form relationships like work wives, work besties, and even work rivals. For this episode, I'll discuss different symbiotic animal coworker relationships from land to sea. But before we get into that, make sure you guys follow and subscribe to the podcast on all podcasting and social media platforms. You can support the pod by becoming a subscription member. You could go to my podcast website on Buzzsprout to sign up. I'll have the link in the description box. Also, head to YouTube, subscribe to the channel, and check out the videos over there. Once you're done listening over here, you guys already know the drill. Now, let's talk wild. Having coworkers can be fun or it could be a pain in the rear, depending on personalities and work ethic. I really truly believe those two things can have a working relationship work or a working relationship not work. There are so many types of workers, and as I discuss different ones throughout the podcast, I would like for you to think about which one you may be, okay? And we'll get back to that. You guys let me know, leave a comment which coworker you may be, okay? So we're going to get into everything a little bit later, but right now I want to get into, the different species of animals that team up or, they work together. Scientists call it symbiotic relationships. There are different types of symbiotic relationships, but the main one I'll be focusing on is mutualism. It's a mutual understanding. It's a mutual thing where both animals put the work and effort into the circumstances in the working relationship, and they both benefit from it. Okay, I want to get into two dominant species. Up first, we have the hyenas and wolves. Yes, I know a pair you wouldn't think would work together, because to me they're both dominant species. So you're like, what? Hyenas and wolves? But then others are probably like, oh, that makes sense. But to me, it's like two managers who work for the same company who manage separate departments. They can clash or work together because, sometimes, not even sometimes, to me, most of the time, great minds think alike. Scientists have reported observing striped hyenas with gray wolf packs as they traveled through the Negev desert in Israel. Striped hyenas are known to mostly forage alone and weren't known to associate with other carnivorous species during foraging. The gray wolf is a very social species, but there hasn't been any record of any other carnivorous species that has been associated with them besides domesticated dogs. This team up surprised many people, but with food being scarce, it makes sense for these animals to work together so everyone can eat and survive. These animals have good sense. I'm trying to tell y'all know that. Despite what some people may say, animals have good sense, okay? It's like they're both looking for food, so why use energy to fight one another when you could team up and use that energy to help one another? Who wants to fight on an empty stomach, honey? You need your energy. We ain't got no energy. It's no point of us fighting. We are starving. You want to team up? Let's go. Hyenas have a great sense of smell. So they're the coworker that is sensitive to smells. They always talk about what someone brought for lunch and the smell it makes when it's warmed up in the microwave. They always make comments about how customers smell, whether they stink or have a nice perfume or cologne. Wolves are quick. So they are the coworker who wants to get things done. They are also family oriented. So this worker also gives this is a family type of vibe. We're a family, and we can work together to get the job done. That's their thing. Their motto is teamwork makes the dream work. That's the wolves. That's their thing. Teamwork makes the dream work. But in the end, both species benefit from each other. And I love that for them, especially those two, honey. Did y'all know it was a striped hyena? Y'all just probably know the spotted hyena. in Africa that's always beefing with the lions, but we'll get to them later on in the show, okay? They got their own segment, okay? So hyenas they in a podcast today 2 times, okay? But we'll get to the spotted one later. We're gonna move on to a more well-known team, the beloved clownfish and the sea anemone. They both provide one another protection. The clownfish chases away fish that are capable of eating the anemone. The clownfish also lives in the anemone and it's protected by the tentacles, which, by the way, the clownfish are resistant to the tentacle sting. Both species remind me of the OG worker who takes the new person under their wing. Well, in this case, wrap them up in their tentacles and trains them. They're making sure they're okay, always like checking on them, just like the clownfish, checking on the sea anemone, cleaning them of parasites and helping circulate oxygen-rich water around their tentacles. They definitely give off work mom or work auntie energy. That's what I get from the clownfish, and sea anemone is like the OG workers. That's just like, I've been at this company for years and years. Oh, you're the new person. Oh, we click. You're cool. And now it's like, I'm your work mom. I'm your work auntie. Come to me if you have any issues, any questions. I have all the answers because I've been at the company for 50 plus years. That's the energy that they're giving. What do you guys think? Are you that coworker? Let me know. Now, the new team up that the internet has fallen in love with is the badger and coyote. A video captured by the Open Space Trust showed a coyote excitingly meeting up with his badger friend and using a tunnel to get to the other side of the highway safely. It's been documented that both of these species hunt together. The coyote is quick and chases down prey, and the badger is a great digger who can dig for prey. The unusual pair actually works. They remind me of the work besties, the ones that, want to take lunch together and work together on the same shifts. They can do okay working on their own, but together it's more fun, much more adventure, much more laughs. I hope you guys have work besties that, if it's going to be a bad day at work, at least you got your work bestie and y'all can, make jokes and laugh and try to get the shift done, get the work done. But, you guys keep each other smiling, even when the shift and the work is cringe. We are heading back to the ocean for the next team, the sharks and the remora fish. The remora is one of those fish that have a suction-like head that attaches to the bottom of the sharks. They help clean parasites off the sharks, and they catch a free meal in return because whenever the sharks eat, they get the scraps. Now, these species remind me of the boss, which would be the shark, and, their assistant, the remora. Always following close behind the boss, making sure they write everything down. Got to get those coffee and lunch orders right or you're fired. That's not funny, but get those orders right, love. Get those orders right. Now, most people don't care for their coworkers who are always up under the boss. They are not to be trusted, okay? But can I trust you guys to hit the subscribe button and follow your girl on YouTube and on all social media and podcasting platforms? You can support the pod by signing up and becoming a member. You could go to my podcast website on Buzzsprout to sign up. I'll have the link in the description box. Now let's crawl back into the show. I love a good show that focuses on work and real life situations. The Office is my favorite TV show of all time, but when you add animation to a show, that's a plus for me. You guys already know I'm here for the animated cartoon, all the animation, okay? Yes. Agretsuko, an anime I watch on Netflix, focuses on Retsuko, a 25-year-old red panda who works in the accounting department at a trading firm and loves heavy metal music and karaoke. She is a Scorpio. Yes, happy Scorpio season. Happy Happy birthday, Retzko. She is pretty chill, laid back, and can work with all types of people, just like the real life red panda can coexist with the giant panda. The Chinese red panda and giant panda live in the same region in China and eat the same food, bamboo. This puzzled researchers because they wanted to know how these two species could achieve such a stable coexistence when they both eat the same food. You know, like if both of these species eat the same food, will the food source deplete? And then we got issues with them not having enough food and stuff like that. So researchers found that due to the difference in their skull shape and performance, each species chooses different parts of the bamboo to eat. The giant panda eats the hard bamboo trunks, and the red panda eats the soft leaves. The research was published in the Biology Letters Journal. Now, Retzko's original work friends were Haida and Finico. Her friend group did expand, but we're going to stick to the OGs. Let's start with Haida. He is a spotted hyena who has a crush on Retzko. One of his main story arcs of the show was that he ends up partaking in a fraud scheme at the trading firm that they work at. Scamming. Just scamming. He changing numbers, changing. It was scammy. He was Scammiana. Scams, the scam Olympics. Okay, just like the spotted hyena when they try to steal the food that the lions catch. Just like a coworker trying to take credit for your hard work. You all better not let anyone take credit for your hard work. Get all your recognition and credit. If it wasn't a group project and you did all the work, no one else should be getting praise for your work. Be proud of your work and get your just due, whatever that may be. But yes, Haida was caught up in a scam, and it's giving very much, just like a spotted hyena trying to take, the prey, the food from the lions after them lionesses went out there, did all that work. Okay, here come the hyenas, the females, because in the spotted hyenas, I believe the females are, the dominant. They run things, okay? Here they come. Like, girl, what y'all got over here? Let me get a little nibble. And they out there beefing because you ain't do nothing. You ain't chase this antelope down. You ain't chase nothing down for you to be coming over here and getting credit for it or taking a little nibble or a little piece. No, you want to back up. Back up. Like for real. Now, Retzko's closest coworker is Finico. A nosy, she is nosy. A nosy self-proclaimed social media stalker. Okay, and she's based on a Phoenix fox. Some states allow you to own a Phoenix fox. Some owners have said they've been great with their pets and things like that, but we ain't gonna get into all of that. I know there's some people out there that really want to own a fox, honey. Listen, some states will allow you to have a Phoenix fox, okay? Not the red foxes and all that, but these little foxes. But in the anime, Finico finds out about Haida's family history and tells Retzko after Haida told her not to. So she's like a coworker that you might tell your business to, thinking you're having a moment, letting off some steam by venting. And the next thing you turn around and see or hear is that everybody in the office knows your business now. But there are coworkers who love being the center of attention. So they'll try to use what you told them as a laughing thing. Ha ha, everybody laugh in the office. Take it as a joke. Absolutely not. It's not a joke what I told you. So be careful telling people your business. Okay? Because it could get spread really quickly when you got, these people running their gums. I had to censor myself just now because I was ready to say something. Ooh, I'm having flashbacks of those type of coworkers. Yeah, but those coworkers, who love being in the center of attention are usually secretly in competition with others. So they tell all these stories and tell their family business too. They'll tell their family business too because they just want to be the center of attention. They don't care. They overshare entirely too much. They have a sob story every 10 minutes. Oh, yes, the coworkers that want, sympathy and payola, they have a sob story every 10 seconds. They tend to be negative coworkers who never have, something positive to say. I cannot stand working with people like that. You clock in, and they're right there waiting to tell you how horrible their shift has been. Like, really, I just did my meditation in the parking lot before clocking in, and you are tainting my positive energy and just with your negative attitude. If you hate it, then quit. I don't want to hear it. I don't. I absolutely don't. Let me calm down. Because, honey, it can be a lot. Like, nobody wants the constant Debbie Downer coworker. Like, I would hate that so much. Absolutely not. But at least with these animals that I talked about, their, mutualism, relationship, coworker relationship is on track. They out here, they doing what they need to do. They protecting each other. They are surviving. And, they just pass down these things through their offspring. And then the animals just continue to have these relationships and they can evolve. Just like animals evolve, the relationships can evolve. Just like relationships in the workplace can evolve. You could be cool with somebody, and then after you really realize how they are, you're not cool with them anymore. Because that's how it was for me, like working with certain people, and I thought they were cool, but then behind the scenes, like when you really get to know them, they're really nasty people and they talk about everybody behind their backs. It's just, things can change. But at least with these animals, they can coexist, live together, and do what it do and survive, honey. But did you guys figure out what type of worker you are, during this episode, during this show? Co-workers, animals, symbiotic relationships? Leave a comment, follow, and subscribe to the podcast on all podcasting and social media platforms. Don't forget that you can now support the podcast by joining the monthly membership subscription. You could go to my podcast website on Buzzsprout to sign up. I'll have the link in the description box. Love yourself, one another, your pets, and the animals. I'll talk to you guys next week. Bye.